right, everybody. Graph is back with
Jade. Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's up? Now, today we're going to have a quick look at a possible new pattern forming on the Bitcoin graph. I don't have it here on my orange graph. The orange graph is the one where I show you where I think Bitcoin's patterns could play out later on. And over on the graph that we've been doing together, our relatively new graph, which we haven't labeled as a color yet, it's just USDC on Coinbase. This is still the weekly graph, but if we go down to smaller time frames, we can see if we can see some patterns. So the 1 hour or the 4 hour will be good enough to look at our patterns. And we'll zoom out a little here. Now we're zooming in. Now here we go. So this is obviously a very small pattern over a few days. For it to be important and play out, you would like it to be longer, but I feel like it could be relevant. So we're going to put in some trend lines.
Are you drawing lines?
And I'm going to draw a line here, okay? So there's the top of our pattern, okay? You can see that, Jade? Mm-hmm. Very clearly, price has been hitting off this line. I can tidy it up a little bit. Let's see, I might go down to the 1 hour just to get it a little more accurate. And of course, this would be a short term. Okay, that looks pretty good. We've got 1, 2, 3 touches. So I didn't have any patterns drawn in recently because I was waiting for some more touches. And I'd been looking at buy lines and things. And we draw a line at the bottom now. It's pretty close to this price, but I'll put one a little bit higher. Let's see. Cross like this. Okay, Jade, you'd agree price is inside this pattern?
Yeah.
Now, when price breaks out of this pattern, it'll move in one of our directions, up or down. If it was to break to the upside, it would go up. And if it was to break to the downside, it would go down. Now this pattern has a name. It's over here, a right-angled broadening wedge. Okay? Now, and we'll have the link to this description where you can look at a lot of different patterns below the video. And here, you can say the person who wrote this article believes that 70% of the time, an ascending broadening wedge suggests a reversal pattern, i.e. the price would go down. Now this would be in line with our predictions as they are. We'll go back in. So there's a lot of resistance above here and in the way. Okay, Jade? So we already have a selling wall at around 49. We can see we hit 49 and a lot of people were selling. About 49, and they were selling. What we also have, we'll go out to the weekly again. We have a lot more resistance in the way, and I'll show you some more of these lines. We'll draw them in. So from our peak up here, we have a new line. I think I may have drawn on some of the graphs already. Goes down like this and touches our other peak. See, it's a little bit above the peak there. Now, so it touches here and here. So this will be resistance to price going forward as well. So breaking out, we'll have, if we break up out of our pattern, we still have to pass this. But also, we have this orange line that we've drawn in here, which is around 51. We'll draw that across. And you see, Jade, from our price action over here. And of course, it wakes off these. Now, we also have a psychological marker. So a lot of people like to sell at round numbers, like 5, 10, 50, 100. So we'll have one at 50 as well. So a lot of people who bought, if you're just typing in a price, you don't know what you're doing, you're like, I'll sell some at 500, I'll sell some at 1,000, whatever number you like. So we'll put another one here at 50. Now, we can also see that this is confluence similarly. Wick. It's a reasonable line. I can see a lot of people selling there. So now we'll go back to our shorter time frame. We'll try an hour and get a nice look at our pattern. We'll zoom back in. Oh, we'll try 4 hours. It's a bit stuck. Hold on. Now we'll shape it nicely. And you see, if we were to break out of it and go up, we still have a lot of other resistance ahead of us. So I think I would certainly be of the impression that down would be more likely from my perspective. Now, can we see some more of these patterns in history? Well, we don't, whoops, hold on. We don't have to go too far back. Let's see. That's pretty straight. This one over here, look. We can draw, yeah, we've got the same line here, go straight up like this. And you can draw another line on the bottom. And off we went. And this is the kind of way I think we would go down or up. We would go all from the top to the bottom, because then we have momentum. I feel like if we come down to the bottom and sit like this and wick off it, we're not going anywhere. We have to come with speed, and it's the same going through the top. So I couldn't see us going through the top now. We would have to come and take a bounce. You know, I'm all about bounces. We can bounce in both directions. Now, if we turn around here, let's say it went all the way up to this yellow line and it came down, I wouldn't be surprised, or even this yellow line. Let's spread this out a little bit further. We don't know how long it'll take for price to come down. So we'll go up to here, and I wouldn't be surprised if we went all the way to 53, but I would be surprised if we passed 53, and I would turn bullish. I would expect prices to go higher if we pass 53. So we either break to the top or we go down. And what we're going to see is momentum first. So you can see here when we came down and we just wicked off it and we came down, we stopped, and then we moved slowly. So we had no momentum. We moved slowly into this without momentum, and so we took a bounce. Now that happens because the composite man up here sells a lot more, and we come down faster. Therefore, the composite man is not going to buy back.
Yeah.
So that would what we would expect. And price targets for if we go down, I've mentioned the upside. We would be looking at these lines, and trying to get above 53 would make me very bullish. It's not my expectations, but everything can happen. Going down, this would be my first target, this yellow line. Now that on the 4 hour, that mightn't be very accurate. I've drawn it in probably on the weekly. Let's have a little look at it. That looks pretty good. Now I could easily, on the 4 hour, remember, we've got different time frames, so the lines are not going to be perfect. We could move it here and then get the bottom. I've got drawn it very long for some reason. I'll shorten it up. So we could go here approximately. So the first target would be to bounce off this line. Now, obviously, if we would do it, go straight down, we'd be looking at 42. Second target is anywhere in this blue box. So both targets would be the same. So I would be looking at 43 to 39-ish. Okay, you see, we didn't fall out of the box the last time, so I'm not going to assume we will this time. It's certainly possible with a wick. I consider all this the same price, Jade. Well, I mean, the same place to bounce.
Okay.
Now, if I was considering the same place to bounce, where would you place your order?
Anyway.
On the bottom. It's cheaper at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's because I think this is all the same.
Box.
I feel like if we get into the box, much like we did here, we're going to wick to the bottom. So I would be putting orders in here. Now, if I do see this price, I will be buying something. I probably won't buy Bitcoin. I'll probably buy an altcoin because I'm looking to buy Bitcoin just before we break out of our 58K region. All right, so that's a little look at our patterns. So this is our new pattern. We've, as I've shown you, I've called it a right angle broadening wedge. One last thing I want to show you as well, because I was talking to somebody about the smart money and the stupid money recently. And then I showed them a little chart and a little graph. I'll straighten this up a bit now. And it's about where the money is. So we can tell our volume has been very small for a long time. And for us to keep going up, I would like to see the composite man buy back in. Now, I think the composite man will be buying in this area over time. This is the US dollar currency index. Okay. Now this is where the money is when it's not on the blockchain. And if it's going up, then the composite man has his money here and he doesn't have it on Bitcoin. And when we see this going down is when we have bull runs. So going up now makes a lot of sense because I would assume the composite man will be waiting for a retest to put all of his money on Bitcoin. Right, everybody, that's today's lesson. Jay, did you learn something today?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's see if you remember tomorrow because there'll be questions. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned a lot. When do we buy, Jade?